in here with a gun in my hand. Now you tell me.
I stopped her again.
I stopped you, I'll stop them.
The story begins in 1980, where elite mercenaries Danny, Bryce, and Hunter are stationed in Mexico, awaiting the arrival of a high-profile target. As they wait, they talk quietly, preparing for the operation. Soon, two more members of their team, Davies and Meyer, show up to support them. When the target's convoy arrives, surrounded by armed police officers, the group springs into action. Following their plan, Davies and Meyer detonate one of the target's vehicles to create chaos. With bullets flying, the team zeroes in on the car carrying the target. The driver tries to escape, but Danny seizes the moment, rushes to the vehicle, opens the door, and fires the shot that kills the target. However, Danny is struck by horror when he sees a young girl, his target's daughter, sitting beside the man. Witnessing her grief instantly fills him with remorse. He never intended to take a life in front of a child. As he stands frozen in shock, a police officer fires at him, hitting his arm. Reacting quickly, Hunter attacks the officer, giving the team time to retreat and flee the scene in Davies' car. Deeply disturbed by what he's done, Danny decides he can no longer live this violent life. He returns to his home in Australia, determined to leave the mercenary world behind. Time passes, and Danny receives a mysterious letter with a photograph of Hunter, who's now a captive in Oman. He has been taken by a man known only as the Agent. Without hesitation, Danny heads to Oman to investigate. When he meets the Agent, he learns that Hunter had accepted a contract worth $6 million to eliminate 3 targets but failed to finish the job. As a result, he was handed over to Sheikh Amr, a powerful and dying tribal leader. The Agent explains that the Sheikh has one final wish. He wants the 3 ex-SAS soldiers he blames for his son's deaths during the Dhofar rebellion to be killed. These men are Stephen Harris, Warwick Craig, and Simon McCann. But there's a condition: their deaths must look like accidents. To ensure the Sheikh's dying wish is honored, Danny is asked to not only kill them, but to record them admitting to the crime before eliminating them. If he succeeds, Hunter will be freed, and Danny will receive the money. Reluctantly, Danny accepts the mission and is reunited with Hunter, who is relieved to see him. They attempt to escape together, but their plan is quickly foiled. Captured again, they are brought before the Sheikh's 4th son, who mocks them and warns that there's no way out. Enraged, Danny accuses the Agent of knowing Hunter was never fit for this job, but the Agent denies responsibility, claiming he had no idea Hunter would fail. Determined to rescue his friend, Danny then seeks out his old teammates, Davies and Meyer, and persuades them to join him by offering a share of the money. However, he makes it clear that his real motivation is saving Hunter, not profit. Their first target is Stephen Harris, who they locate in Oman. Danny breaks into Harris's house, carefully studying it to stage a believable accident. He breaks a bathroom tile, planning to use it in the killing. Meanwhile, Davies travels to England to gather intel on the other 2 targets. At a pub frequented by former military men, Davies starts asking about ex-SAS operatives in Oman, unknowingly attracting the attention of a secretive group known as the Feather Men, former operatives who now protect retired soldiers. Their leader, Spike Logan, is alerted to Davies' activities. Realizing someone is hunting former SAS members, he obtains a photo of Davies and notifies his superiors. Soon, the Sheikh hears that one of the targets is dead, and his son shares the update with Hunter. Meanwhile, Danny heads to kill their second target, Craig. Spike, now fully convinced someone is eliminating SAS officers, investigates further. Davies informs Danny that Craig is hospitalized in Australia. Danny stakes out the hospital, but Spike has already found him and follows closely. Sensing he's being tracked, Danny lures Spike into a chase through the streets and finally loses him, returning to the hospital undetected. When Spike catches up, the two engage in a brutal fight. Danny manages to win and triggers the hospital alarm to escape. Danny then warns his team that a SAS agent is now on their trail, but they press forward. Their next mission takes them to a military camp where Craig is stationed. Danny infiltrates the base in disguise, drugs Craig's coffee, and follows him on a patrol. He forces Craig to confess before abandoning him in the freezing cold, letting him die of hypothermia. Aware they're being hunted, the team changes tactics to deal with Simon McCann, their final target, who works as a mercenary. They lure him out by setting up a fake job interview, then use a remote-control truck to crash into his car, killing him, with help from a novice assistant named Jake. Unfortunately, Logan and his team are nearby. A gunfight breaks out. In the chaos, Logan accidentally kills Meyer while trying to shoot Jake. Danny tells Davies to disappear, and they part ways. Davies checks into a hotel, but while calling a woman, Spike's men catch up with him. As he attempts to flee, Davies is tragically struck and killed by a truck. Danny returns to Oman and hands over faked video confessions to the sheikh. The sheikh is satisfied, and Hunter is finally freed. Danny heads back to Australia, reuniting with his love, but peace is short-lived. The agent warns Danny that one final man involved in the sheikh's son's deaths is about to release a book. This man is named Renouf. Danny sends into Paris with Hunter for her safety and heads to confront the sheikh's son in a tense conversation. The sheikh's son admits that Harris was innocent. Later, Hunter offers to help Danny with Renouf, but Danny refuses, urging him to focus on protecting and his family. Meanwhile, Spike tracks Danny's movements and deploys agents to safeguard the author. Jake distracts them, allowing Danny to strike. He wounds the men and takes staged photos of his own death. Logan captures Danny and brings him to a warehouse. There, a British government agent reveals that the UK has an interest in protecting the sheikh due to Oman's oil reserves. A shootout ensues, and Danny escapes while Logan kills the government agent, wrongly believing Danny died. At the same time, Hunter saves and from a government plot to silence her. Danny and Hunter return to Oman to deliver the fabricated photos. But Spike arrives first, exposes the fake evidence, and murders the sheikh. He then threatens the sheikh's son and takes the $6 million. As he escapes, Hunter spots him and chases him down with Danny and the sheikh's guards. After confronting him, Hunter takes a portion of the money to support his family, telling Danny to start a new life. Having defied both the Feathermen and the British government, Danny knows this chapter of his life must close. He tells Spike to decide his own fate, whether to live with what he's done or not. Danny then returns to Anne. The film closes with the two of them finally reunited, choosing peace over the shadows of their past.